Welcome back. The details. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, stressed the importance of using modern scientific methods to increase the agricultural productivity in parallel with minimizing the amount of water used in irrigation. The President's remarks came while witnessing the inauguration of several developmental agricultural projects. Here are more details. At Al Manara International Conference Center, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi inaugurated on Saturday a number of developmental projects in the South Valley via video conference. The event was attended by Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli, Minister of Defense and Military Production, General Mohammed Zaki, and a number of ministers and top state officials. The first stage of Toshk al-Khair project came within the framework of Egypt's efforts to achieve sustainable development and food security. It's considered as one of the vital projects that aimed at narrowing the food gap through adding 500,000 fadans to the cultivated land to reach 1 million fadans in the future. The project will also help in expanding the agricultural exports, decreasing the trade balance deficit, and offering thousands of job opportunities for youth, notably in Upper Egypt. The different projects were implemented by the National Service Projects Organization, the Armed Forces Engineering Authority, and a number of private sector companies. During his speech, the head of the Armed Forces Engineering Authority, General Ahmed Al-Azzazi, said it was a must to put food security on top of the state's priorities amid successive crises being witnessed by the whole world, as they had severe negative impacts on the international food security, especially in the developing countries. He said that since 2014, the state has worked on achieving sustainable strategy for agricultural development in light of Egypt's Vision 2030. In this respect, he added that the state has carried out a number of national projects in the agricultural sector. For his part, Minister of Agriculture Dr. Said Al-Qasir said the state's directed special attention to boost the food security file via putting strategic goals to realize sustainable development. He highlighted that invading the field of reclaiming the desert land was not an easy task and faced a lot of difficulties like water scarcity, lack of data regarding the nature of soil, climate circumstances, as well as poor infrastructure, yet intensive efforts exerted by the Egyptian youth conquered all challenges. President al-Sisi stressed the importance of using modern scientific methods to increase the agricultural productivity in parallel with minimizing the amount of water used in irrigation. The head of state renewed the state's will to introduce all the facilities and incentives to the private sector as a strategic partner in achieving development in all sectors. The president also hailed the private companies which shared in Toshk al-Khair project and asked them to move to other provinces, especially Sinai, to draw another story of success on its land. Upon an invitation from French President Emmanuel Macron, Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry participated in a ministerial meeting in Paris. The meeting, comprising the foreign ministers of Qatar, Jordan, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, took place within the framework of the French side's keenness on coordinating with the Arab countries to reach a ceasefire in Gaza and to end the humanitarian crisis in the besieged Palestinian enclave. The five countries discussed means to expand their cooperation and an effective implementation of a two-state solution, as well as a response to the legitimate aspirations of the Palestinian people. The French presidency said the talks also touched upon ways to set up a Palestinian state alongside Israel. Macron organized the meeting amid growing international concerns over the Israeli genocide war in Gaza. The Arab Parliament held the fourth plenary session of the fourth convention of the third legislative term on Saturday. Speaker of the Arab Parliament, Dr. Adel Abdurrahman Al-Assoumi, stressed the significance of a call issued by the 33rd Arab Summit in Bahrain to hold an international conference under the auspices of the United Nations to resolve the Palestinian issue on the basis of establishing an independent Palestinian state with Al-Quds as its capital. Al-Assoumi said the Arab Summit came out with a strong Arab position to support the Palestinian cause and the Palestinian people in the face of the genocide war, where it requested the occupying entity to immediately withdraw from Rafah, as well as an immediate and permanent ceasefire in the besieged Palestinian enclave, stop all attempts at forced displacement and all forms of siege, and allowing full and sustainable access of humanitarian aid to the sector. He hailed the increasing international recognition of the State of Palestine as reflected in the resolution of the UN General Assembly, as well as increasing number of countries that recognize Palestine. The most recent was Spain, Norway and Ireland. After a meeting in Paris between